Welcome back. We're now shift gears to River State, talking APC leadership tussle. Mr. Emeka Beke, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in River State, joins me. Mr. Beke, thank you so much for coming on the program. Mr. Beke, can you hear me? Okay. All right, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay. So let's get straight to the conversation. The other day we saw what played out in River State. Just bring us up to speed as to the state of things. But before I come to you for the very first question, let me play for you what Mr. Tony Okocha said just moments ago. Today, I think earlier today. Just take a listen.
Phones were sold. I bought my own phone for 3 million. Please look at the record. Chairmanship aspirants bought for 3 million. Same as deputy chairman, and then cascading down from secretary down. I bought mine for 3 million. And I was ready for election. I was campaigning everywhere, if anybody was ready to contest with me. But the people said, oh, you have done well. There's no reason for us to change the winning team. And I was re-elected. I am not aware of any court process whatsoever. I can't be a soothsayer to know about anything called court process.
All right, Mr. Abeke, maybe your quick response. The thing I picked out from there, say it's not aware of any court process. Maybe you respond to that.
First, let me thank you this wonderful evening. And I'm very shocked from Tony Okocha saying that he's not aware of any judgment. There was a judgment in River State that brought me back to office as chairman of the party. And I'm aware Tony Okocha and his lawyer, they're already in the appeal court. I'm surprised to hear that from Tony Okocha, if he said there's no judgment whatsoever. And there's another judgment.
Go ahead, sir.
There's another judgment, an order issued that they should not conduct those congresses. Will he say he's not aware as well?
Well, I think he's in the best position to respond to the question. Mine is to ask you questions. It's an intra-party issue. So, as it stands now, one will wonder, in your view, where is this back and forth between the tussle of leadership between you and Mr. Okocha? What exactly is the bone of contention here?
Well, first, there's a clip you just played. He said he bought his one for 3 million naira. When I was elected as chairman, I campaigned 23 local government to the delegate, and I bought form. Form was not given me free by the national secretariat of this party. I bought my form, and I campaigned, and delegate elected me to be the chairman of the party, and my entire ESCO, and which I have a tenure to serve as chairman of the party. If I want to go about it, my original tenure is supposed to be next year, October. But some people were sat somewhere in Abuja said that I've been sacked. I don't know the commitment that I did. And I waited patiently. I approached the court, and the court gave a judgment. Not an order, a full judgment that brought me back as chairman of the party. I'm aware that Tony Okocha and his people has appealed this matter. The matter is still in appeal court. There is no order given by the appeal court for Tony to act as chairman. And there are other members of the party who bought form as well that want to partake in this last congress that happened in River State. They denied them the form. I don't know where Emeka has committed crime. And I'm only asking the party. There's a process. If a chairman of a party has erred in one way or the other, there's a process for you to sack that person. Those process was not given to me. There were no fair hearing. There were no appeal. They just said to sack. And I said, no. I contest election. I need to complete my tenure as chairman of the party. And that's where I am.
So what exactly were the allegations? Because I know that Mr. Efrebo had moved the first time that you had to go to court to get reinstated. what were the issues he raised as constituting anti-party activities? Because that will help me to piggyback on a few things I want to find out from you.
Okay, first, if you say I did anti-party activity, don't I have the right to face a panel? And first, I want to make it clear, the clip of this election, the election that brought our President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I made it clear on a Rice interview in my unit of election that I'm a party man. I can't work against my party. I never worked against my party. And I don't know where this information is coming from. I'm a founding secretary of this party in Rivers State for 2 tenures before I became the chairman of this party. I wonder where those allegations is coming from. Somebody somewhere is sitting there to cook all this, but it's not going to work.
So, as now that you have gotten this judgment, because I know that there was an order restraining them or stopping them from conducting the congresses, but anyway, the Congress went on. Emeka Bekee, Mr. Tony Okocha was elected chairman of the party, and then the judgment has now come, the substantive issues has not been heard, and then all of those congresses have been nullified, and now they are in appeal. Have you been able to, are you in touch with the National Working Committee?
Well, I'm in touch with some of my people in National Working Committee. I won't tell you I'm not in touch with people in National Working Committee of the party. Like I said earlier, my first interview, the day I knew that I'm going to have this issue, the day the national chairman called me, that he wanted me to talk to the minister of FCT. And I told him clearly he's not a member of my political party. I don't need to talk to him. That was the first I knew I had crisis. I knew somebody somewhere is playing the drum for them.
So are you saying that the FCT minister is partly responsible for your ordeal?
Yes. I've said it time with that number. I'm not scared of saying that. He's a man playing the game. If you watch the Congress that happened in Rivers State, 80% of the people that is in the ESCO of the party, invaders for that, are members of PDP. Yeah. So, because it appears that the NWC of the party, rightly or wrongly, seem to be more comfortable with working with Mr. Tony Okocha than working with you. Now that but just let me learn. Now that this has now happened and that position still maybe still be maintained, how do you want to navigate the leadership when you don't have a leadership from the center? And are you even in charge of the structure of the party in the state? Well, first, if you watch what happened to the kangaroo congresses they did across the state, you know they don't have fullers in the party, the Rivers State. I must tell you the simple truth. If I'm calling for Congress tomorrow in Rivers State, you see what will happen in the state. You know where they borrow people from different political parties, people from the PDP, people from the APC. Talking about this, I am the chairman of the party in the state. There is national there. There is state. All process of election come from the world. There is nowhere called national. I am control of the party in the state. We partake in the last election that happened, local government election that happened in Rivers State. And if there's election tomorrow, we're going to partake in the election under my leadership. I believe the court, the law, the highest law in this country is a court. And we must obey by court. And that's where we stand.
So, for those of them in your party who are saying that you have a relationship with the governor, and so you are more like you're working with the governor. I'm just trying to be careful with my words here. You're working with the governor, so you can't give him a formidable opposition. What would you say?
Well, first, I'm not a member of PDP. The governor is a member of PDP. I'm an APC member. And I'm surprised to hear that from anybody that will say that I'm working with the governor. Probably if I'm working with Tony Okocha is working with the FCT minister, that's what he means. But I can tell you clearly, I'm not working with anybody. The governor is the governor of Rivers State. The governor of Rivers State is father to everybody in Rivers State. We must understand that as long as you live in this state or you're a Rivers person, the governor is the father of everybody in this state. I don't know where they're getting those things from, but I know that the governor is still the governor of the state.
Let me also find out from you, is this really about you, this battle between you and Tony Okocha? Is this really about Tony Okocha versus Emeka Bekee? Or these are proxy battle between the minister of the FCT and the former minister and former governor of Rivers State?
Well, the former minister And the former governor of Rivers is a member of APC. He has not left the party. It is not any running battle. They are not in the same political party. Amechi is a member of APC. Nyesom Wike is a member of PDP. I don't think there's anywhere they are crossing together. And nobody should bring glory to me involved in this whole thing we're doing. I have my right to contest my position. I bought my form. I campaigned. Nobody would drag me out of the position that the delegate has given to me to serve for 4 years, and I must finish my tenure. Who wants to drag me, I will fight with the president to the last time. And I know the court will look at the case based on his merit, and I expect them that they will do the right thing at the right time.
Mr. Okocha has said that he's going to expel some of you from the party. Is it expel? Is it expel or suspend? One of those words. And in the earlier part of that clip.
Does he have the power to suspend anybody? If he don't obey, that's exactly what we're talking about. They don't obey orders from the court. Let's see how he goes about it. Because I stand by justice, and I believe whatever the judiciary has. If tomorrow the judiciary says, look, Emeka Beke, you're no more the chairman of the party, and I go to Supreme Court, I'll go back home and sleep. And I must obey the court order. That's my position. You know, Tony Okocha and his leaders, they don't obey court orders. They don't respect the judiciary. That's what you must understand. If they already have an order to stop them not to do it, if they really believe in the rules of this country, they'll be able to obey court orders. And I know they don't obey court orders. They believe the wall is in their hand.
In his remarks, he is almost more like impugning on the judiciary indirectly by saying that the governor and his people literally forum shop to get that is behind some of the things that is going on in the political party. That's in the APC.
It's not true. You don't get you shouldn't get governor involved in this whole of these things. And he has to apologize to the governor of Rivers for calling his name into this matter.
Let's move on to the issue of the members of the House of Representatives. So even for me, who reports politics and looks at all of these things, sometimes it's quite difficult to posit when it comes to Rivers State because of some of the absurdities we've seen in the politics being played out. And I don't know any state that is as the level of litigation in terms of political happenings like Rivers State. So now that you are in charge, because Tony Okocha is still claiming he's in charge, but I'm speaking to you, what is the position of the Ameule group where you sit?
Well, you see, sometimes people run faster than their shadow. And they were just running faster, and at the end of the day, they've shot themselves on their leg. I just feel for them. What we're asking for the INEC to fix a date for that election, that's the most important thing. Nigeria has to move on, Rivers State has to move on. It's not about anybody. It's about the entire state. We must talk about the state, not an individual. Nobody was born to become House of Assembly. Nobody was born to become governor. If you're governor, after 8 years, you're not going to be governor. If you're assembly, after depends on how many tenure your people want you to serve. The most important is the state we're talking about. For that issue, you should know that they've shot themselves on their leg. They just have to go back home and start campaigning. If their party is going to give them tickets to partake in the election.
So when you say they've shot themselves in the leg, please, what do you mean?
They run faster than their shadow. Now they thought somebody wants to go and grab the party. That's why they decided to decamp.
So where are they? That's why I say in your books, as Mr. Emeka Beke, are they members of the APC or they are members of the PDP?
No, they are. No. What I'm saying that I said clearly they are members of our party, APC, under my leadership. But they've shot themselves on their leg because first, for you to come back for you to partake in the election, if the people gives you the ticket, you partake. If they don't give back, you shot yourself on your leg. You go back home and wait for another 4 years or 2 years again for you to try your luck again, whether you'll be able to get ticket to run any election again in any political party. Because tomorrow they might jump into another political, they might jump into AAP or CCP.
In your view, what is going to bring some level of order in Rivers State as far as the politics is concerned? There is the Wike versus Fubara element, there's you versus Tony Okocha. There's literally chaos everywhere. There's a House of Assembly chaos. The political system is almost in literal disarray. What, in your view, can bring some level of sanity and peace to the state? Because even the adults in the room, it's been a challenge.
Well, what I want to appeal to every Rivers councillor that we're in politics, first, you should know that power comes from God, not from anybody. God gives you power. When you finish as governor, when you finish as anything, any other person that's saying that you have to allow him to function as governor of the state. What is really causing problems? People want to sit in their affairs to control power that is not in their hand anymore. That's just the problem in Rivers. Outside that, there won't be any problem. I just tell people the truth is bitter, but people must understand the truth. At this point in time, today, Simfobra is the governor of Rivers State. Accord him that respect that is due to governor of a state. That's just where the issue is. You can't
thank you so much.
You want to control the governor.
All right. Mr. Emeka Bekele, thank you so much for coming on the program. The chairman of the APC in Rivers State. Thank you. We're totally out of time. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.